Why should people be concerned about a degree or two increase in these average temperatures?
From a climatology perspective, 4 degrees is huge. There's some estimates that maybe temperatures in New Jersey on average were 10 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than today.
So New Jersey is also heavily urbanized state with a lot of built infrastructure that absorbs and holds heat. What is the effect of this locally?
What the urban heat island is it's heat on top of the already elevating temperature, but it does encroach into the city where people are living as well. And so that's where you have more of the impacts because those folks are feeling much hotter temperatures on top of the already rising heat. I think we're seeing the same thing everywhere across the country is that there are vulnerable groups that are being disproportionately impacted by urban heat islands. Fortunately, a lot of cities now are paying attention and saying, how can we alleviate some of that?
Can you explain to us the difference between weather and climate?
You can't weather a tree, but you can climb it. Weather short-term, climate long-term. As a broadcast meteorologist, I do focus a lot on the short-term forecast, specifically looking at the next 3 to 5 days. But that climate, the climatology information informs that weather forecast, right? We need to give context to that weather forecast so we know if we're talking about extremes or breaking records or if we're close to typical normal weather. And especially when we have a storm in the forecast, it's really helpful to know, is this truly historic or is this kind of the norm for weather? So they really do work hand in hand very closely together.
So the term heat wave is a term of art used by the media.
We don't declare heat waves because what exactly is abnormally and uncomfortably hot varies quite a bit. And so when it comes to where we put criteria for these watches and warnings, we're always trying to walk a fine line to make sure that we warn people about the most hazardous, the most severe stuff without overwarning people to the point that they start ignoring watches and weather watches and warnings.
Climate change is a multifaceted issue. What is the biggest take-home message you would like us to communicate to high school students in New Jersey?
Don't just call it global warming. It goes way beyond that in terms of the potential impacts. We talked about how it's all about extremes. The wet get wetter, the dry get drier, the hot get hotter, the cold get colder.
If you want a sobering statistic for how hot it's been in recent summers, looking back at Julys to 1895, 130 Julys, 8 of the 10 warmest Julys going back 130 years have all been since 2010.